12 carts and 8 places available in the Honda Cadet A final for you here then today at Ellough Park. Cameron Tipping starts on pole position with Freddie House to go on the front row alongside Harris Alley and Sam Hayes row 2, Riley Sims-Ezard and Maximus Lewis on row number 3. Lewis Hall and Rio Wardali are on row 4 with Max Housego and Joshua Owen, Isaac Huburn and Alfie Forrester. Great to see Lewis Hall back out there after the incident in heat number 4 for our Honda Cadets. He's going to be going off P number 7. And for this one, despite the fact that the win will put you a little bit higher up, it's going to put you in 21st for the final. The all-important position is P number 8. It's in the drop zone. That's the important one. Let's see if any of our drivers can get into that all-important P8 and make it into the main event at the end of the day. We're away and racing. It's a good start from Housego off the outside of the front row. He's going to try and slot straight back in second place. Cameron Tipping, then Harris Alley up into third with Riley Sims-Ezard and Lewis Hall with a great start, already up from 7th into 5th place past Sam Hayes, Maximus Lewis and Joshua Owen with a good start. He's currently up in 8th place. That's the important position, is Joshua Owen in the 57, currently in 8th place. Although on the outside of him at the moment, he's got the 38 of the second of the two Housegos. That's Max, trying to run all the way round the outside. Tipping, though, leading the way at the moment in this 10-minute +1 lap final as Sam Hayes dives down the inside of Riley Sims-Ezard, down the inside into Alan Wones. Great move there. Sims-Ezard then will drop down into 5th place. And Freddie Housego defending already from Harris Alley as Ali sets the fastest lap in 3rd place and once again comes to the inside. Ali, though, staying in the wheel tracks rather than slotting out and then trying to get the cut back. Here's the move. It's going to be trying to be down the inside, I think, into Alan Wones, into Hulms. And Harris Alley does get down the inside, but then Housego's going to have a bit more on exit and he's going to sweep round the outside and holds on to 2nd place. 8 are the drivers that go through. So it's Joshua Owen in 8th place at the moment. That's the driver that we're looking for in terms of the drop zone. He's currently holding back Max Housego, Rio Wardali, Alfie Forrester and Isaac Huburn. This is the battle for 2nd place. Cameron Tipping already disappearing off into the distance as both Ali and now Hayes on the back of that as Sam Hayes tries to get down the inside of Housego. This is the battle for the final place in the final behind Joshua Owen. Just looking out the window, I can see Harris Alley and Sam Hayes have both found a way past Freddie Housego. There they are, Housego then down into 4th place, but still heading towards that A final with Sims-Ezard, Hall, Maximus Lewis. And at the moment, Joshua Owen, he goes into the corner, runs a little bit wide. And now Max Housego could be on the inside, although Joshua Owen, I've just seen him swept all the way around the outside and holds on to 8th place. Just going to keep an eye on that gap for the lead. On the previous lap, it was 1.3 to Freddie Housego. Now Harris Alley and Sam Hayes have come through as well. Be interesting now to see what happens with that gap. It's out to 1.5, but there was the overtakes in the middle of that one as to whether both Ali and Hayes can close in on the back of Cameron Tipping. There's the field coming through. Still Joshua Owen in 8th place. He sweeps his way round the double apex right-hander at Shoemakers. Still 7 minutes remaining, and now it's Alfie Forrester on the back who's managed to work his way through, and he's on the outside. Well, he sweep round the outside, and Alfie Forrester with a fantastic move, and then he's got the inside for Clinton's. Joshua Owen, though, back down the inside, hard on the brakes at Barney's, and Joshua Owen fights back, and he's back up into 8th place in this 5-kart battle. It's almost like a shootout for one remaining place in the A final, and Forrester's back through into the final corner. The top 7 look comfortable, although we said that at Hooton Park and most of them took each other out and allowed everybody else an opportunity to come back through. But now this top 8 here, we've got Forrester leading from Joshua Owen, but Owen swarming all over the back of the 79 of Alfie Forrester, the 10-year-old from Derby, holding on to 8th place at the moment and heading towards the A final despite retiring from heat number 3. So he's had to come through from the back of this race, already made 4 overtakes to move himself up into P8, and he's starting now to move away from this battle behind. At the front though, just looking out the window, Harris Alley and Sam Hayes, the gap was 8 tenths, it's probably down to 2. Keep an eye on the top left corner of the screen. 1.5 tenths is the gap. We could be heading towards a change for the lead here. Lewis Hall gets past Riley Sims-Ezard on that previous lap. Now it's Cameron Tipping with Harris Alley for company. Alley takes a different line as Tipping runs very, very wide, and Harris Alley is through, and down the inside as well is coming Sam Hayes. Cameron Tipping makes a mistake on the exit of Shoemakers. Harris Alley is through into the lead with Sam Hayes up into second. Tipping will still be in the final if he holds on though. 3rd place for him at the moment in front of Freddie Housego and Lewis Hall, who's in a great battle with Riley Sims-Ezard and Maximus Lewis. Almost at half race distance, it certainly will be when they come through here. Harris Alley has a gap of 8 tenths of a second from Sam Hayes. Cameron Tipping hasn't been dropped though by Sam Hayes since he came through. Field spread now, the top 4 looking very, very comfortable. Then you've got another battle for 3 from Lewis Hall, Riley Sims-Ezard, Maximus Lewis, and then Alfie Forrester in 8th place. And then after that, it's the Max Housego, Rio Ward Alley, Joshua Owen, and Isaac Hewburn. Probably throughout the day and for most of the rounds, the race with the most pressure on it for these drivers, because they know that it really, really does matter to get them through to that A final. Just having a quick look in the CKC announcements Facebook WhatsApp group. Don't know if one has been found yet, but there's just, because we're out over the PA here at the circuit as well. If anyone's got a spare extra small helmet that could be borrowed for the final, that would be greatly appreciated. Not sure who it's from. Looks like it could be from Ross down at BSR. So if somebody's got one, please get in touch with Ross so we can get a driver back out for that A final in around about half an hour's time. Speaking of A finals, it looks like it's Harris Alley heading there in P1, although Sam Hayes has begun to close the gap in ever so slightly. On the previous lap it was just over 1/10 of a second, and he's heading now towards slipstream territory. 4 tenths. Cameron Tipping hasn't been dropped as well. These drivers though just need to be very, very aware that whilst they want to start the A final as far up as possible, going for 1 place could potentially ruin their entire race and drop them all the way down, all importantly, potentially outside that top 8. Harris Alley with the hand signals to Sam Hayes. Sam Hayes, though, with the fastest lap, 50.059 for Hayes, using the slipstream of Harris Alley, and takes almost 3 tenths of a second out of the 76. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this Honda Cadet B final. Personal bests also coming in as well for Tipping. Sims-Ezard in 6th place. Forrester in 8th place. He's got a gap of 3 seconds back to Max Housego. In 9th place as Harris Alley bounces over the curbs. Hard on the brakes into the right-hander at Alan Wones. Hayes close enough that Alley can't be confident in holding on to this victory, but not quite close enough to send a move down the inside, particularly into Degnall 1. He's just a lot closer though on exit, and if he can get Shoemakers right, this double apex right, he's right behind the 76. He could have a chance here as they head down towards Hulns. Elects not to, though. The bigger picture, obviously, getting through at the end of the day. Minute remaining, plus the 1 lap at the end of this 10-minute plus 1 lap heat. Eight drivers will go to the onto the back of the 20 that have already qualified through the points from their 3 heats for the Honda Cadet A final. Sam Hayes, of course, had that retirement to pretty much, it dropped him all the way down to the back. He did finish and collect points when he came into contact with Rio Wardali in the 3rd heat of the day. 30 seconds, the last lap board I think will greet them when they come round next time. Hayes still close enough to Ali that Ali can't feel comfortable. So flash through that right-hander at Clinton's. Interesting to see whether Harris Ali actually goes defensive on this final lap or not, as Hayes goes down the inside into the final corner, and Sam Hayes with 1 lap remaining, last lap board is out, and Hayes with a fantastic move down the inside to lead the Honda Cadet B final. Harris Ali gets a good move down the inside. They're side by side as they head down towards Shoemakers. Ali has to drop back in off the back of Sam Hayes. Hayes then round that double apex right. Half a lap to go. Up towards Holmes, and then there's contact into the back of Hayes by Harris Ali. Hayes rides it out as they head down the middle straight towards O'Rossi. Then the right at Clinton's. One heavy braking zone into the right-hander at Barney's, and Ali's lined this one up. Has half a move, has a look down the inside. Hayes holds on. And now I don't think Ali's going to be close enough as they head down towards Alan Wones for the final time. Hayes very late on the brakes, almost outbrakes himself into there. Could that cost him into the final corner? Ali closes up, but Sam Hayes will come through to take victory in the Honda Cadet B final from Harris Ali and Cameron Tipping. Freddie Housey goes in 4th, then we await the rest of the field to come through. Lewis Hall, he's going into the A final, along with Riley Sims-Ezard, Maximus Lewis, and Alfie Forrester in P8. Your remaining runners coming through then. Rio Wardali comes through in 9th place in front of Max Housey, Isaac Huburn as well. And then Joshua Owen will come through, having valiantly held on to that 8th place in the early part of the race. He will come through to be classified in P12.